Hey guys, I'm Adam, I'm 2100 FIDE-rated player, 2075 at the moment, but live I'm 2100. And I wanted to show you a game, round number 5 of my tournament. It didn't go that well, it was my first game as a 2075 rated player. Yes, in the same tournament, I was 2031, because it was a different month. But after the update, every first day of the month, the FIDE changes. And I was a little bit higher because I played in the tournaments. And I'm playing against a FIDE Master 2300 rated. And I thought that he's gonna prepare for me, so I just played something else to surprise him. And I think it worked because I gained a lot of time advantage. We are playing the French defense Rubinstein variation, which is very solid, very similar, in my opinion, it's very similar to the Caro-Kann e4, knight to c3, d takes c, knight takes e4, bishop f5, knight to g3, bishop g6 variation. And here, after he castles short, I knew that we are okay. I mean, he's really supposed to play queen to e2 and go for long castles, because, well, he's got 3 pawns defending, and, well, he's got 2 bishops and very simple attack, g4, g5, and he's really close to my king. But after short castles, I know that we are alright. I play b6, bishop d6. This just creates more weaknesses. b4 is a weakness and I want to target it. Unfortunately, I was like too defensive in this game, I think. Because instead of trying to break his pawn structure, I moved my rook to c8 and just wanted to defend from c4 and c5. Which was stupid. Like, why wouldn't I just play a5 and use all of my pieces that are already positioned very well here to attack on the queen side? Super stupid. But okay, h3. The entire game I was afraid of the 3 pawns versus 2 pawns advantage on the queen side for him. I thought that it's giving him an advantage, but actually in this case doesn't really. I mean, I've additional pawn here, and I've got an amazing outpost that for the bishop or the knight that can always block the c pawn. Plus, my pieces are just super active, so it shouldn't be a problem. I play queen to h4, forcing queen exchange. That's what I wanted. And here I actually knew that I'm better. I knew that I'm better because these pawns are just pushed too far. I play rook to fd8, knight to c4, bishop e7, running away from the knight. And here, look at the time, guys. He's got 20 minutes, I got 45 minutes. It's move number 24. After move 40, we get additional 30 minutes to finish the game. I spend a lot of time, I don't even know why, don't know how much exactly because it doesn't show for some reason. You can see the time here and here. But I think I spent around 9 minutes, which is very little when you think about it. Like, I had 25 minutes to calculate this position. In the first 10 seconds, I think in a blitz game, I would definitely play king to f8. But in a classical game, I want to highlight, in a classical game where I have 25 more minutes than my opponent, I want to complicate things and do something stupid and chaotic. Which doesn't make sense. Like, why? I have a better position, he's got less time. Don't worry, he's gonna have less time in the next 50 moves, let's say. In move number 60, he's gonna have 10 minutes, I'm gonna have 35 minutes, and everything is gonna be alright. Just stay patient and look for the opportunity. You know you are better here. I mean, it just looks like I'm better. I knew I'm a little bit better. I got a clear plan which is attacking the pawns and maybe planting my knight on d5 later. Exchanging the bishops here so I can plant my king on e7. But okay, yeah, I want to mess things up. I saw knight to f5, obviously. I had one more chance to equalize to play king to f8, which would simply force I mean, I wouldn't have the pair of bishops, but everything would be okay. I have stable center, I've got the activity, but I'm not playing for a win, which I hate. But I took on f5, which also isn't playing for the win. I completely forget my calculation because for some reason I saw this bishop on b7 the entire time and I didn't see that he can take on a7. He can take, and simply take on a7, which is just crazy, guys. Like, I should be 1500 FIDE-rated maximum. I was only calculating this, 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 and this, and maybe even this. I'm not sure. I mean, it's simply a draw. He's controlling the second rank. I'm also gonna be attacking him in a minute. Yeah, I was calculating rook to d4. He takes. I go here, and here we just end in many draws, and that's pretty much it. I was calculating this line, and I don't know, like my brain just stopped working for some reason. Why did I allow him to play knight to f5? I think the only reason is the timing difference. I really wanted to complicate stuff. Because if it was 30, if me and him had 30 minutes on the clock, I would always play king to f8. In a blitz game, I would always play king to f8 without even calculating. But okay, yeah, I've messed up. Here, I still had a chance to draw after rook to d4. And the reason is that it's two rooks. Rook endgames are extremely drawish. Two rook endgames are extremely drawish. The plan would be to just try to control the second rank. If he tries to control it, I go for the first rank and then try to attack his king, as I showed you before. Utilize my pawn. f4, f3 is also very good, and yeah, going for his king actually and sticking to his pawns. That's basically the idea. But okay. As you can see, everything would end up like this. And here, he had a winning position. His idea should have been to go and attack my rook with the king. And then force my rook out. Defend this king. I'm gonna take defend this pawn. I'm gonna take this pawn, but he's got two connected pawns which are completely winning. For some reason, he played king to h2, which was just weird for me. I knew that there is something wrong with the move, and I was feeling overconfident that this is a draw. Again, overconfident. So we just play some random moves here. I'm saying, okay, I have a pawn behind his rook behind his pawn. Everything is amazing. I'm controlling everything, and you know what? I get 43 minutes on the clock now because, yeah, it's move number 41, so I got the additional time. And my brain starts to overthink, starts to say, man, calm down, everything is okay. You have so much time. Everything is amazing. No matter if you play rook to b1, rook to b3, or rook to b4, it's gonna be a draw. Well, the problem is that after rook to b3, which is a blunder, he plays f5. And I was calculating that, yeah, there's no problem with f5 because I kick his king out and I sit on f5. But the thing is, he can defend the f5 pawn with his rook. He defends the two pawns with his rook, and this is such an important detail because now it allows him to attack my rook, push it out of the b file, and basically push the king and then push the pawn, and I cannot counterplay because he is gonna always defend the f5 pawn with the rook. So what I should have done, which was very simple to be honest, was rook to b4. And rook to b4 is a lot better. Let's say he goes rook to f5. What can we do? Rook to d5, I mean. After rook to d5, we can simply go rook to c4. He cannot progress. If he goes here, I go f5. Right? Let's see if the computer. Yes, sir. If he goes b6, now his rook is not protecting f5, right? So he cannot push to f5, and also if he goes king to f3, I can even go king to f5 and sit at the pawn. The idea is to watch this pawn very close. When it gets too close to the b8 square, sacrifice your rook for the pawn, take this pawn and push this one. And that should be the simple idea for a draw. I mean, this is such a shame. Such a shame, this game. It's always sad to record a video on a lost game, especially lost like this, because my first game, okay, I lost it, but I mean, it was like, it could have gone both ways. But still, I was a lot better than my opponent, I think. In terms of the evaluation, in terms of the game, I lost, so I was worse in that game. But yeah, f5, and now everything just goes downhill. Because yes, my king is active, but I have no moves. My rook is gonna get kicked out. I try to sacrifice my rook for the pawn at the bottom of the chessboard, but now I'm forced to take. Otherwise, if he gets to king to a6, he's gonna be able to take with the king and keep protecting f5. So I take with the king, but then he just pushes the king. And sorry, his king is too close to my pawns. He is winning the game. And I got 2.5 out of 5, which is super sad. My first loss in the French defense. Such a shame. I don't know what to say.